Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Not every dangerous person looks dangerous. Some come wrapped in charm. Some come wrapped in confidence. Some come wrapped in promises they never intend to keep. And when you have a history of trauma, sometimes the most harmful relationships are the ones that feel good at the beginning. Welcome back to the Get Trauma Informed podcast. I'm your host, peer-to-peer wellness coach Liz Blanding. Today, we're going deeper into one of the most painful relationship experiences survivors face. This is a conversation about narcissistic personalities, emotional manipulation, and how trauma survivors often become targets without knowing it. There have been several seasons in my life when I found myself in relationships with individuals who presented themselves as everything I prayed for. They were charming, they were confident, they were bold, they were attentive, they were convincing. In the beginning, it felt like I had finally been seen. It felt like I was being valued. It felt like I was being chosen. But beneath the surface, something else was happening. And over time, the charm began to fade, the attention began to become inconsistent, the confidence turned into control, the boldness shifted into criticism, and the closeness became emotional distance. When I needed support, they were not emotionally available. When I expressed a boundary, they became offended. When I expressed a need, they minimized it. When I confronted a behavior, they flipped the script. I found myself shrinking again. I found myself questioning myself again, trying harder again, carrying more than my share again, and losing myself all over again and again. Raise your hand if you can relate to the agains and agains. What confused me the most was that the beginning felt so real. The connection, it felt strong. The intensity felt so meaningful. But intensity is not intimacy. Consistency is. Charm can be masked. And I had to learn that the hard way. When you have a history of trauma, you learn to ignore red flags because your nervous system is trained to tolerate emotional inconsistency. To a trauma survivor, inconsistency can even feel normal, familiar, comfortable in a painful way. See, narcissistic individuals often target survivors because survivors give the benefit of the doubt. Survivors are empathetic. Survivors are overextended. Survivors tolerate emotional swings. Survivors blame themselves for things they did not cause. This creates a perfect storm. So here are some common stages of narcissistic manipulation. Number one, love bombing. They pursue intensely. They flatter, they promise, they mirror your needs, they move fast emotionally. And number two, devaluation. They criticize, they pull away, they become cold, they ignore your needs, they create self-doubt. And number three, gaslighting. They deny, they confuse, they twist your words, they make you question your reality. Number four, control. They isolate, they dominate the emotional narrative, they expect your world to revolve around them. And number 5, discard or distance. They detach, they become emotionally unavailable, they seek new validation. When you are a trauma or trauma wired, these cycles feel like working for love. But healthy love does not need to be earned. The trauma informed girl understands something now that I didn't understand years ago. I was not chosen because I was weak. I was chosen because I was strong. I was chosen because I was giving. I was chosen because I was trusting. I was chosen because I had a big heart. And people with a big heart make the most beautiful targets for people who don't have one. But today, I love differently. I see differently. I discern differently. I choose differently. And I protect myself without apology. Recovery, it gave me clarity. Recovery gave me boundaries. Recovery gave me the confidence to say, I will not shrink. I will not chase. I will not settle. I will no longer confuse someone's potential with their character. Those days are long gone. So here's a trauma recovery tool that can help you or that you can use in setting boundaries for emotional safety. Here's a tool that you can begin today, and I hope that you're journaling. So here are 3 questions for boundary check. Ask yourself, number 1, does this person respect my no without punishment? Number 2, do I feel emotionally safe and seen in this connection? And number 3, do their actions match their words? Consistently, hear me, consistently. If the answer is no to any of these questions, you have identified a boundary issue, not a relationship issue. A healthy partner respects your boundaries. An unsafe partner punishes them. Our spiritual reflection in scripture teaches us to guard our hearts, not because they are fragile, but because they are valuable. God never intended for your heart to be handled by someone who abuses it, manipulates it, or dishonors it. You deserve the love God's character displays. And that is a love that is patient, a love that is kind, a love that does not harm your peace. Discernment is not fear, discernment is protection. If you've ever been in a relationship where charm turned into control, or where you question your worth because someone made you feel like you are not enough, level 2 is your next step. Level 2 trauma recovery, one breath at a time, will help you break trauma bonds, rebuild your identity, strengthen your boundaries, rewire your emotional patterns, choose relationships with clarity, not confusion. Walk in emotional power instead of people pleasing. You deserve relationships that honor you. Level 2 will help you take back your emotional authority. We are recovering one breath at a time. Give yourself grace and stay fearless. Bye for now. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you are collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.